And a line drive kick is going to be fielded by Davis, and then he's going to be tripped up near midfield. He'll be wrapped up right around the 47-yard line, and that is where the Denver Junior Broncos, led by the coaching staff, Justin Rodriguez, Joshua Torres, and Ryan Rudolph. Our apologies. We had thought this was going to be the Broncos against the Arizona Knights, and there was some confusion on the next game, so our apologies. We got the wrong information. So instead, it is going to be the team out of San Jose in the all-black taking on the team out of Denver, and you're probably familiar with those colors. If you have watched any NFL football, they're the Denver Broncos. So first down and 10. Isaiah Rudolph, the quarterback, he will hand off to Santino, who breaks it loose on the left side. He's inside the 30, and he's off to the races. There is a penalty marker back at the line of scrimmage that may very well negate a 53-yard touchdown run. Let's get the call from our National Youth Championship Bowl Series officials. And the touchdown is going to stand. So they'll negate the penalty, and it's a very impressive 53-yard run on the very first play from scrimmage. And Victor Santino with the outstanding lead blocking, especially on the right side of the offensive line. 6-0 is the score in favor of the Broncos. So the hit squad on defense on this extra point attempt. 1-point conversion. Run it to the left side. Big run. And in for the 1-point conversion as the Broncos delete it 7-0 here. And a nice job of blocking on the left side. And that was Arnez Martinez getting the 1-point conversion. So it's 7-0 in favor of the Denver Broncos. And today's game brought to you by Urban Elite Athletic, the All-American Games, the U.S. Army All-American Bowl, by Reform, Youth One, FBU, and the National Youth Championship Bowl Series, Arizona. So we're awaiting the ensuing kickoff here, a 7-0 lead. Jeff Lowry alongside Ron Rentrope. We got Eric Anderson down on the sidelines. 7 minutes and 30 seconds. We'll be playing 4 10-minute quarters in a continuous clock, though they'll stop for timeouts, obviously, and they'll stop, change of possession, that kind of thing. All right, back to kick is Arnez Martinez. So first quarter action with 7:30 left to play here, opening quarter. Third of what is 9 games here today. Martinez, an end-over-end kick that's going to bounce at the 35, picked up there, race it up to the 40, still on his feet, slips a couple of tackles, and will he be brought down near the 35? He will. So good coverage and stretching that play out. You got Victor Santino, who scored on the 53-yard touchdown a moment ago for the Broncos when they came out on their opening drive. He was in on the tackle, along with Meredith and a couple of others. And right now we are still awaiting the roster for this San Jose-based hit squad. Temper's starting to flare out beyond the north end zone. Looks like some of the officials here at the tournament doing an outstanding job breaking up just a little disagreement on the north side of the field. So it brings up a first down and 10. And now we're going to get an official's timeout. Not really sure why. I think maybe it had something to do with that little, something to do with the extracurricular activity north end of the end zone. And now the officials are taking their time. You're watching the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series on apnvideo.com. And our live link at UrbanEliteAthletics.com. And we're ready to go. First possession of the game for the hit squad. Penalty marker is down. False start against the offense, a 5-yard penalty. And we will reset things. A 1st and 15 coming up. Well, it is a very warm day here in the Valley of the Sun. Let's check out our current game time temperature. I don't know what the delay is, I'll tell you. 93 degrees right now. And the officials continue to look up towards the north end of the end zone. Now there's 2 officials coming on, including the lead official. And we'd like to remind you that today's game, this first quarter, is brought to you by the U.S. Army All-American Bowl and Urban Elite Athletic. Go to UrbanEliteAthletic.com. And for your next sporting event, don't forget APM Video, Arizona's leader in sports video coverage. We film any sport, anywhere, anytime. Just go to apnvideo.com, give us a call. Friendly service and the best sports coverage in the state. 6:59 on the clock. Well, the big question right now, are we going to see a snap of the ball within the next 60 seconds? There's the whistle, and this will be the first snap of the game for the hit squad. And they're going to run a fly sweep to the near side, and he's got the edge. This is number 8. And he's inside Denver territory, still on his feet, and finally wrapped up near the 25-yard line. That was a very impressive run. That one is going to go for close to 40 yards. And a first down for the hit squad. So both teams with big gainers right off the chute. First snap of the ball for the hit squad, they get close to 40. And if you had joined us earlier, the Denver Junior Broncos, 53 yards from Victor Santino. So a fresh set of downs. They've moved the ball to the 31-yard line of the Broncos. And now they're running it to the left side, and they'll get the edge over there with 99, and he is still on his feet. He picks up the first down. He's inside the 10, gang tackled all the way down near the 5-yard line. Jordan Rojas and company taking care of business at the tail end of the play, but it's another big gainer. So they'll mark the ball right around the 6, and that's 25 more yards. So they have gained nearly 65 yards on their first 2 touches from scrimmage. in this championship game. National Youth Championship Bowl Series, and now they're knocking on the door. First and goal from the 6-yard line of the Broncos. 7-0 lead for the Broncos. Fly sweep and hold the phone, and a false start, and they're going to call this on one of the receivers to the near side. So a 7-0 lead for the Denver Junior Broncos. They were the spring champions back in Colorado, of course, from the Denver area. They beat the Phoenix Grizzlies 26-6 in the semifinals on Friday. 93 degrees our game time temperature. This is the third game on this May 28th, 2017. So after the 5-yard penalty, it brings up a first and goal for the hit squad at the Broncos on the reverse. 11-yard line and going unabated into the end zone for the touchdown to make it a 1-point game. Well, the score from number 19 of the hit squad, scoring from an 11-yard out on an 11-yard run. That comes with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to play here in the first period. And now the hit squad looking to equalize here in quarter number 1. They come to the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout. There was a lot of confusion on the hit squad side. And with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter of play, it is a 7-6 ball game with the hit squad attempting to equalize here with an extra point. If you kick it through the uprights at this level, you get 2 points. It's the opposite of the NFL. If you run it in or pass the ball successfully into the end zone, you get 1 point. And a lot of people, including myself, forget that rule. Usually it takes me 2 or 3 games to get used to that rule, year in and year out. So we are in a timeout, brought to you by FBU and by Reform. Teams getting set to go to line it up. Again, we were not given a roster by this San Jose-based team who is looking to tie this up. Here's the toss pitch running right, but there is a penalty marker, most likely a false start. Let's see if the Broncos jumped off sides. Well, they're clapping, and maybe sometime in the near future we'll get a hand signal here. Yeah, I didn't see one that time, so... Yeah, it is a false start against the offense. So we're trying to execute an extra point here. 7-6 lead for the Broncos, and now what has become, because of a couple of penalties, an 8-yard extra point attempt. They come out in the offset I formation. Let's see if they run this left. No, they're going to run it to the power side, the right side. And number 8 turns the corner and running out of real estate. Did he get in? And he did. And this game is tied. Well, that was an impressive run by number 8. And with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, this game is all knotted up at 7 apiece. You're watching APM Video and our coverage of the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series. Today's game brought to you by the Youth One organization and FBU, and also the National Youth Championship Bowl Series Arizona. Jeff Lowry back here along with Ron Rentrope, Eric Anderson. So a 7-7 tie. Both teams scoring on their opening drives. Both teams very explosive offensively. So we may see what would probably be the highest scoring game of the first three here today, I would anticipate, based on what we saw here on both teams' opening drive. There are three receivers back, but this one is going to be up to the short man, Davis. Davis to the 48, and he's going to be stopped right there. So excellent starting field position for the Broncos. They will start at their own 48-yard line. First down and 10 in a 7-7 tie. Two minutes and 25 seconds. Remember, we are in a continuous clock. Second possession for the Broncos. They'll run it to the left side. Now changing his field is Martinez. Flag is down in the backfield. Two flags, and Martinez gets a big gainer all the way to the far side. He had to change his field from the near hash marks and is tackled near the 36-yard line inside hit squad territory, but this one's coming back. This will be a hold, and most likely looking at a 1st and 20. Should move them back to right around the 37 or 38-yard line inside Bronco territory with 1 minute and 38 seconds and counting. So now the clock is stopped with 1:30 left to play. Now the ball is still back, or all the way down to the 36-yard line. We got an ineligible man downfield. We got a hold. That holding penalty will be the one that they will take. Was that a block in the back? Okay. Nonetheless, now they're going to redo first down. The first penalty, was against the defense. So that will offset the penalties. Can't find it. Trying to do three things at once here. Okay. All right, so the clock starts to wind down. 1 minute and 25 seconds. First down and 10. And the backs are in the offset I formation. Second run for Santino, who had a 53-yard run, but he's going to be stopped in the backfield on a tremendous defensive play. So no gain on the play brings up a second down and 10. All right, now we have the hit squad's roster. No. Ma'am, we don't have public ground. We don't have a stadium now. Okay. Second down and 10. Back to pass, the quarterback throwing. A nice spiral, and it's caught. What a play, a throwing catch. As the catch was made by Christian Davis near the 40-yard line. 15, that is a 13-yard pickup and a first down. And the second quarterback, you saw Isaiah Rudolph in there on the first series. This is Philip Duran who made that beautiful play. And we're going to get a penalty marker down here. as the hit squad jumps off sides. Well, Salas got in there with lightning-like swiftness. He just mistimed his blitz on the right side of that Bronco offensive line, and that is the end of quarter number one with the score 7-7 tie between the Denver Junior Broncos and out of San Jose, Northern California, the Hit Squad. And today's game is brought to you by FBU, Urban Elite Athletics, the All-American Games, U.S. Army All-American Bowl, by Reform, Youth One, APNvideo.com, and the National Youth Championship Bowl Series. Again, a 7-7 tie from North High School in downtown Phoenix. So the second quarter is coming up next. The Victor Santino 53-yard touchdown gave the Broncos an early lead, scoring on their very first snap of the game, and then the Hit Squad starting their drive back inside their own 40-yard line, scored on 4 plays, capped off by an 11-yard run by Salas. We got yet another penalty on the field, and they're marking off some yards here as the Broncos look to regain the lead. Well, the guy you got to look for on this Hit Squad is number 19, and that's Salas. He's got tremendous speed. He's kind of like the Greg Lloyd, if you remember Greg Lloyd of the Steelers. Kind of a linebacker slash down lineman. He's more of a linebacker, almost maybe a nickel back. They'll run it to the right side on a counter play, and the Broncos are going to pick up another first down. Nice run by Kylon Grant. And he's pushed out of bounds after he picks up close to 13 yards and a first down. And the Broncos are knocking on the door for the second time in 2 possessions. Oh, did it good. So second quarter action. We're just 40 seconds into this quarter. Wow. In a 7-7 tie, Broncos with the ball. And they line up to the ball, the right tackle led by Bujanda, and they are coming out running again. A little power sweep to the near side. Can he turn the corner? This is Rodolph, and he's going to be stopped and then swung down. Maybe almost a face masking in there. No call. That was a fine defensive play. Getting in there was number 28, who is not on the roster. There he is, Jordan Davidson, up there at the very top. Jordan Davidson, one of their leading tacklers this year. 8.5 on the clock. Brings up a second down and goal for the Broncos, who lose about 4 on the play. Second down and goal from right around the 9-yard line. 7-7 tie between these two teams with 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. The quarterback is Philip Duran, and he's working out of the shotgun. He's got Santino flanking to his left. He comes out firing, lofts a high-arcing pass to the near side, intended for Christian Davis, and it's incomplete. Well, it was pretty good coverage over there on the near side. Pass was thrown just slightly over the outstretched hands of Davis. And Anthony Dean, who I believe came over from his free safety position to pick up that pass play, and it almost worked to perfection for the Broncos. Now with 7:15 left to go here in the first half, looking at a 3rd and goal from the hit squad 9. Duran out of shotgun, high snap. He corrals it, rifles it into the center of the end zone. Touchdown, Arnez Martinez. Martinez on a 9-yard pass play by Duran. And I'll tell you, you could not have drawn that play up any more perfect than that. So Arnez, don't call me Desi, gives his team a 13-7 lead. And now the 1-point conversion coming up with 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Clock continues to wind down in this running clock mode. Premature snap. They give it to Santino, who scored their first point, and he is going to be denied. So the 1-point conversion turned away. And it looked like Jordan Davidson was one of several that got in there. So with 6:04, clock stops with 6:04 left to go here in quarter number 2. The Broncos have their second lead of the game, and they lead it by a score of 13-7. You're watching APN Video. You're watching the 2017, and this is the National Youth Championship Bowl Series on apmvideo.com, and brought to you by Urban Elite Athletics, by the All-American Games and the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. So second quarter action. And we should be seeing our second look at this hit squad offense. A beautiful but warm day. There's not a cloud in the sky here in the greater central Phoenix area. We're right around 12th Street, 10th Street, between 10th and 12th Street, just south of Thomas. Here's a squib kick that is going to be bobbled near the 40, and very wisely the hit squad, who kind of almost remind you of the Raiders out there with that all black uniforms. They'll cover it up at the 40-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10. Both teams have had decent starting field position. Broncos did a good job in scoring on their first 2 possessions, and now the hit squad is hoping that they are equal to the task here this afternoon. Five minutes left to go here. Clock starting. Again, we're in a running clock trying to get what will be 9 games played here today. 1st down and 10 from the 40. We're going to get a false start. The quarterback for the hit squad is number 7, is Diego Montañez. Montañez. We got a handwritten roster from the hit squad, so who's trying to figure that out. So Diego Montañez. And he is a very talented quarterback, no question about it, and he's got the weapons on offense. He will hand off, and they will run to the right side, and the Broncos did a nice job of stretching out that play defensively. The ball does come loose. And we're trying to ascertain the injured player on the field. We're going to get a timeout here, an injury timeout. I think it was Santino over there who scored the Broncos' first score. Actually, Davis, who made the tackle. And he will come off the field, a tremendous play, after a gain of maybe a yard on the play. So bring up a 2nd down and 9. Hit squad with the ball. Salas in the backfield, number 19. And number 9 also back there getting the call, running to the right side. Flag is down, and he's off to the races. And this is going to be a 59-yard run for Jackson. But I think this one could be coming back. Well, let's see. The officials continue to talk things over. The touchdown's going to count. The touchdown is going to count, so Jackson going 59 yards, and that ties the game up at 13 apiece with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left to go here in the first half. The second quarter is brought to you by Urban Elite Athletic. Go to urbaneliteathletic.com. .94 degrees, our game time temperature. And this will be the first opportunity for this hit squad to take the lead. So they have exchanged scores here. They've stopped the clock at the 2-minute mark. It seems like this game has had a lot of confusion. And I don't know if that's coming from the official side as they start up the clock again, 1:55 and counting. Or if this is just simply maybe this is a new crew. I wasn't watching the last game. So it could be a new crew just trying to get their feet wet out here. We're down to 1:40. Hit squad with a chance to take their first lead of the game. And the handoff to Salas around the right edge. And the officials have not, well, the line judge finally says touchdown. Well, the Denver coaching staff, which was behind the defensive huddle, was claiming that that was not a touchdown, that they made the save, but that was not the case. And Salas scores from 1 yard out, and the hit squad leads it by a score of 14-13 with 1:08 and counting here in quarter number 2. You're watching the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series. This is apmvideo.com. And today's game brought to you by the All-American Games. Well, a good one so far. Broncos scored on the very first snap from scrimmage, a 53-yard run by Victor Santino. Martinez also scored for the Broncos to give them a 13-7 lead. 2 scores by the hit squad's Salas. 1 tied it up at 7 with about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. And then Jackson, a 59-yard run with Salas's 1-point conversion, giving them their first lead of the game, 14-13. So this may be one of those games, if you get one stop, you may win this game. And both offensive lines have pretty much dominated here through the first 19 minutes of play. 1 minute left to go. Squib kick, fielded by Martinez, back at the 36-yard line, races up against the 45, out of bounds near midfield. Now mark him out of bounds probably somewhere around the 47. Yeah. So they're going to say he was out of bounds right around the 46, so about a 10-yard return. And let's see if the Broncos can get a snap off. They're going to call timeout. We were running out of time, down to 27 seconds left to go here in the first half, as the hit squad, who come out in the all black, 14-13. First down and 10. They come out throwing the ball incomplete. And the clock will start. And now it will stop. Another timeout by the hit squad, or rather the Broncos. Well, I thought I saw Peyton Manning warming up over there on the sideline for the Broncos. He said he missed the game and was ready to come out of retirement, and he needed a warm-up game, so he might be coming in here on this last play of the first half. 14-13 is the score. Out of the snap, and Duran's pass will be incomplete. The clock does not stop with the incomplete pass, but it will stop with the Broncos taking their third and final timeout. Yeah. 14-13. So coming out of the timeout, this will most likely be the final play of the first half. Broncos will hand off. Santino, it is a reverse, and what a job by the hit squad. Salas again, who had a tremendous first half, and then, of course, Big 99 was also in there, and that is the end of the first half. With the score, 14-13 hit squad. We had a great first half. Stay with us for the second half. This is the National Youth Championship Bowl Series on APN. 14-13 hit squad. All right, Jeff Lowry back here from North High School. We're getting ready to kick things off as the hit squad will receive the opening kickoff to the second half. They took their first lead with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in that first half on a 59-yard run by Jackson. And then Salas gave them their first lead of the contest with the one-point conversion. Martinez on a squib kick, and this one is going to roll 9 yards. And I'll tell you what, the Broncos, I don't know why they jumped on it that quickly. The ball has to go 10 yards. And it's one of those situations when you see kids at this level, sometimes they forget the rules. They get the punting and the kickoff rules confused. And in that situation there, the Broncos had a possible chance of recovering that ball if it went another yard. So the ball needed to get to the 50-yard line. It did not. And the hit squad is going to take over on downs here as we start the second half. In this championship game, we're in the U9, or 9U. And we're already 1 minute into the second half. The quarterback is Diego Montañez. Trying to get in the right personnel. Stephen Rojas is now in there. And they'll line up Salas into the slot to the near side. First down and 10. Penalty marker is down. We've had a lot of penalties in this game. I'm not sure why they start. I don't know why they placed the ball at the 45. It was recovered at the 49-yard line. With 8:28 left to go here in the third quarter. So now 1st and 15 from midfield. 14-13 hit squad. They have the ball and the lead. They come out with a three-man backfield, and they'll run a power run to the near side, and they're going to get 5 yards back, but swarming Bronco defense. They never did bring down the ball carrier, who in this case is 28, Jordan Davidson. So a great job in holding Davidson to just a 5-yard pickup. The Broncos led by Lorenzo Gonzalez and a couple of others on the play. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Tiea is now in at running back, and the carry goes on a sweep to the far side, and that Bronco defense rising to the occasion as they make the stop along the far side. Tackle made by the quarterback, Philip Duran, who's doubling up as a defensive back. Ball carrier was Jackson, who has a 59-yard run. That was the run that tied the score up at 13 apiece with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in the first half. We're down to 6 minutes and 50 seconds. That was a negative yardage play turned in by this Bronco defense, and now it's 3rd and then 11. Here's the snap. Salas looking for a lane, a cutback lane, and he's not going to get a whole lot. So an excellent job on the pursuit. Led by Derek Solis, big 88 on the play. And there is an injured player on the field. Actually, that was Jacob Madrid. Well, the injured player was Jordan Rojas, and he's going to be all right. So now you're looking at 4th down and 5. It's a 14-13 lead for the hit squad out of the San Jose, California area. 4th down and 5, irregardless of the yard marker. And now they will make the appropriate changes with 5 minutes and 58 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3 in this 9U championship game. And we've got another stop and play. Timeout hit squad as they are lining it up. 4th down and 5. The trainers will be out. The water boys will be out on this very hot day. 95 degrees, our current temperature here at North High School. You're watching the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series games on apmvideo.com. Ron Rentrope on camera. I'm Jeff Lowry. Eric Anderson will be calling the 4th game of our coverage here on APN Video. And, of course, all the games here brought to you by UrbanEliteAthletic.com. So we're coming out of a timeout. Broncos got out to an early 7-0 lead. Victor Santino took the first snap of the game, 53 yards to pay dirt. Martinez added the 1-point conversion. Then the hit squad came right back. Salas an 11-yard run to tie things up at 7 apiece. Then the Broncos scored with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, 13-7 lead. Martinez a 9-yard reception from Duran. And then that 59-yard run by Jackson. Salas's extra point conversion gave the hit squad the lead, and on 4th down and 5, the Broncos defense comes up huge. Led by 72, George Martinez. Comes with 5 minutes and 49 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And it'll be a turnover on downs as the Broncos try to regain the lead. They have had the lead on 2 occasions so far in this game and looking for a third. Well, don't forget, for your next sporting event, APM Video is available at apmvideo.com. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, any sport, anywhere, anytime. Check out our quality samples at apmvideo.com. Jeff Lowry back here from beautiful North High School in downtown Phoenix. About a mile and a half from Central, where all the big skyscrapers stand here in Phoenix, Arizona. They send one man in motion, and the quarterback And the run going to the right side, and I'll tell you what, the hit squad was all over it. And in the second half, it just seems like the defense has really picked things up. So Jordan Davidson, who's had a big day here today for the hit squad, maybe not from a scoring tally, but has made a lot of plays out there for the team in black. We're down to 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3. Now the Broncos looking at a 2nd down and 9. They give it back to Santino, and he's going to be stopped. No, he keeps the legs churning. He gets it back to the line of scrimmage. He may have picked up a yard, and now we've got extracurricular, easy for me to say, activity on the far side. As a late flag comes in, this might be an unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, now the officials are actually signaling or pointing over towards the Broncos. Yeah, it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, and it's going against the offense. Well, they've got to mark that off first. I was going to say, this is going to be a 15-yard penalty, and it's going to put the Broncos in a 2nd and, looking at a 2nd and 24 here. So they move the ball all the way back to the 25. The line to gain for the first down is the 49 of the Broncos. 2nd down, I checked that, 3rd down, 3rd down and 24. Out of the shotgun. Defense on top by 1. Here's the pass, the throw. The catch is made on the far sideline, right around the 35-yard line, and a tremendous over-the-shoulder catch by Christian Davis. There is a penalty marker back behind the line of scrimmage. If it's offsides against the defense, you may want to decline this. You might rather have a 3rd and 24 than a 4th and 14. Clock stops with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left to go. The Broncos on offense, trailing 14-13 here in quarter number 3. Well, their penalty apparently is going to be declined, and the Broncos are looking at a 4th and 15 here. As they trail 14-13, just under 3 minutes left to go in a running clock, 3rd quarter action. Stay with us here on Urban Elite's YouTube Athletic. We'll have Game 4 coming up. Eric Anderson will have the call. Another penalty marker is down. And it's going to be a false start against the offense. So they'll move them back 5, and now instead of a 4th and 15, they're looking at 4th down and 20, and may want to consider punting here if they have any semblance of a kicking game here. Well, the first half was back and forth. It was probably the best game that we've had here so far. Broncos scored first. The hit squad came right back and tied it. Broncos took the lead 13-7 on a pass play Duran to Martinez. Only to see the hit squad, come back 3.5 minutes later. Here's the kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 50-yard line. Racing to the near side is Jackson. He stiff arms at the 45, still on his feet, and he's inside the 35, where he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Japri Jennings. So a nice return for Jackson, and that puts the hit squad in plus territory with 1:28 left to go. Clock continues to wind down here. They're going to place the ball, it looks like, at the 34-yard line. So a 16-yard return for Jackson. (14-13) hit squad with 1:10 clock running left to go here in the third quarter. And they're going to go with a jumbo package in the backfield, including Davidson is back there, and the handoff. Nope, the quarterback is come out firing, and Jackson is wide open, makes the catch at the 14, and as he taunts the quarterback, he races into the end zone for the touchdown, and the flags are flying. That makes it 20-13 on a 34-yard touchdown pass. So Montañez finds Jackson, and he was all alone on a missed assignment in the flats to the near side. That is consecutive scores for the hit squad, and they now lead at 20-13, and that is going to take us into quarter number 4. With the hit squad leading the Denver Junior Broncos by a score of 20-13, and that is the end of quarter number 3. Today's game is being brought to you by FPU, Urban Elite Athletics, All-American Games, U.S. Army's All-American Bowl, by Reform, Youth One, APNvideo.com of Phoenix, Arizona, and National Youth Championship Bowl Series AZ. There's a look at the scoreboard, 20-13, as we get set to start the fourth quarter of play, and the hit squad has all the momentum right now. And they are looking to add on to that lead with an extra point coming up.0 Well, the Broncos have had a magical season here in the spring year. They 8-0 by way of record, 8-0 by way of record, winning their spring championship. They had a very impressive win 2 days ago in the semifinals, 26-6. And we are awaiting the extra point attempt here as we start quarter number 4. Montañez at quarterback, and the handoff. Hold the phone. Penalty markers are down. This is going to be a false start against the offense. I don't know if we've went more than 2 or 3 plays without a penalty here this afternoon. Well, we got game 4 coming up next. Clock continues to run even though there was a penalty. Down to 9 minutes left to go here in regulation time, and another penalty marker coming in. Got a good crowd here on hand for this 9U championship game. Eric Anderson will be calling the next game coming up on the slate, which will feature one of the great local teams, the Arizona Knights, who were AYF champions in the fall last year, and they'll be playing next. One of the great teams out of our West Valley here in the Valley of the Sun. 8 minutes and 33 seconds left to go here. 14-13 is the score. Hit Squad on top. Check that, 20-13 as they try to go up by 8 here. If they can convert on this 1-point play. Montanez will line it up here. He'll be under center. 3-man backfield. And it's the quarterback on the bootleg, running left, and the knee was down. He did not make it. He did not make it. So with 8 minutes and 15 seconds and counting, the Broncos come through, and that's a big play for the Broncos. And now you got a late flag coming in. And this may very well be going against the Broncos, and if it is, they will assess that on the ensuing kickoff. Clock stops with 8 minutes and 12 seconds. We've had 3 consecutive flags thrown here. Actually, we have an injured player on the field. Ron Rentrope bringing you the images of this U9 championship game. We're in the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series on APN and sponsored by Urban Elite Athletic. So the conversion no good, and that's a big one because now the Broncos can still tie this game up with a touchdown and an extra point, but if they had made that, they would have been forced to kick 2 if we got down to the end of the game. So we're in the 4th quarter. And we got an injury timeout. We'll step aside for a quick timeout, but stay with us. All right, we're getting ready for the ensuing kickoff with 8 minutes and 12 seconds left to go here. Quarter number 4. A 20-13 lead for the hit squad in the all-black uniforms, taking on, it's almost like the Raiders and the Broncos out here. Of course, I guess the Raiders made it official. They're heading to Vegas. They'll be the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know if I like the sound of that, but they're going to have a beautiful venue as Davis picks it up near the 46, and he's going to be wrapped up right around the 43-yard line, so a short yardage return. And a little slow getting up big number 40 who made the tackle, Steven Rojas. This is game 3 of 9. So we still got a full slate of games here today. First down and 10 coming up from the 43-yard line for the Broncos. And now the best that they can do is equalize. They trail by 7 here with 7 minutes left to go in the game. And this is Santino trying to get to the edge, and he does. He slipped the tackle near the 42, and he's going to be wrapped up at the 40. That was a 3-yard pickup, but I'll tell you, he made something out of nothing. And it brings up a 2nd down and 7. Now, you know, at this level, if you kick it through the uprights, that's a 2-point conversion. If you run it in, it's only 1 point. And that plays big here. And the Broncos, with Arnez Martinez, we'll see if they can get a score here. Of course, that's a big question as Martinez gets the call here, and he's going to be dropped. Micah Robinson and company getting the job done. Of course, he's got Hall written on the back of his uniform. So 3rd down and 11. And folks, we're going off the roster that we were given, so I'm not sure if these are different uniforms these kids are wearing, not sure. 3rd and 11. Broncos trail by 7, and the pass is going to be caught. Martinez off to the races. He's got one man to beat inside the 5, takes on a defender. He is battling, and he got it. What an individual effort. 35-yard pass play, and the Broncos 1 point away from tying this ball game up. And what an individual effort by Arnez Martinez. That is his 2nd touchdown reception, but the key there was he got a good 23, 25 yards after the catch to make it 20-19. It's a 1-point affair, and the Broncos now with the all-important extra point. This is the game on the line most likely here, especially with a running clock with 4:50 left to go. Looks like is Martinez going to actually Duran back in there at quarterback. Duran has thrown 2 touchdown passes today. So a timeout on the field, and why not? I mean, you got to make sure this is the game on the line here if you're the Broncos. They trail by 1, 20-19. Today's game brought to you by FBU, Urban Elite Athletic, the All-American Games, U.S. Army's All-American Bowl, by Reform, Youth One, APNvideo.com, Arizona's leader in sports video coverage, and the National Youth Championship Bowl Series, Arizona. And that's what you're watching right now. All right, crucial play in the game, 4:27 on the clock. Broncos with the ball, down by 1, 20-19. High snap, and picking it up is the quarterback, and he's going to be dropped, and the hit squad rising to the occasion. '31 will be credited. I believe that's Nathan Hernandez. So Hernandez and company on the bad snap to Victor Santino, who took the direct snap for the Broncos. And so with 4 minutes and 4 seconds left to play here in regulation time, the hit squad prevailed 20-19. Jeff Lowry back here. Ron Rentrope on camera. 4 minutes and 4 seconds left to go. Martinez squib kick, and the ball goes out of bounds. That was close. Not a bad kick by Martinez. And a tremendous effort. Isaiah Rudolph tried to keep it in play, and just a little too hard. I'll tell you what, the Broncos would have had plus field position if they had recovered that. It went the required 10 yards. And so with 3:47, clock running, the hit squad looking to kill the clock. And really, I think right now, if they pick up a first down, this game's probably in the deep freeze. May have to run a few plays, but if they can pick up maybe a first down here on second or third down, this game's probably in the deep freeze. So the hit squad will come out on offense in the all-black uniforms, leading at 20-19. The running clock is down to 3:10. Handoff, running to the right side. This is Davidson, and pushing the pile down to the 43-yard line. A 7-yard pickup for Jordan Davidson. I think the Broncos thought that they had recovered. The ball came loose at the end of the play. I'll bring up a second down, officially a gain of 7. 2:45. So that one play killed a minute of football. And really no real reason to rush to the line here, as you can see how methodical the team in black is. Quarterback, hands off straight ahead, and that's a first down. Salas straight ahead. And we're going to get a stop and play timeout. This is actually an official's timeout. What, are they going to bring out the chains on this one? It's going to be kind of close. Is there an injured player? I still don't see him. Oh, okay. So we had an injured player. Looked like the elbow. Do we have a number 17? Yes, Warren Pitts. Snuck off the field. So a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes on the clock. I'm a little surprised the Broncos hadn't called a timeout. And we got to delay a game against the offense. Clock stops at 1:59. Not a bad penalty to take if you're the hit squad. So the clock continues, 1:55 mark. 3-man backfield. They just got to take care of the football, and Salas straight ahead after a tackle by Jordan Rojas, and the immediate Bronco timeout on defense. With 1:41 left to go, it brings up a second down and 14 with the hit squad in possession of the ball and in possession of a 20-19 lead. And our game today brought to you by UrbanEliteAthletic.com. So we're in a timeout here. Third game of 9 of this National Youth Championship Bowl Series on APN Sports. Fourth game coming up. Eric, who do we got next? We got the AZ Knights, I believe, and the Cardinals. And the Cardinals look like a big team. All right, we're coming out of the timeout with 1:46 left to play. Clock will start on the snap. Running clock, handoff goes, couple slip tackles, and then eventually brought down. Fine defensive play, another timeout by the Broncos on defense. And the tackle was made by Victor Santino of the Broncos. So Jackson gets stopped on the play. Looks like he's shaken up. Jackson, who had a 59-yard touchdown run back in the late stages of quarter number 2 to give his team the lead, and they have held that lead ever since the 2:36 mark in the second quarter. 1:38 left to go, timeout on the field. Well, now it's going to get a little interesting because now you're looking at 3rd and 20, and certainly the priority here for the hit squad is to take care of the ball. No turnovers. And really, that may be the only thing that beats them. Handoff, straight ahead, and gets a big chunk of it back, a good 12, 13 yards for Jordan Davidson. Another tackle by Jordan Rojas. And the third and final timeout for the Broncos. So if they can make a stop here, the clock will stop with the change of possession. So if they can make a stop here on 3rd down and 8, they could get the ball back and a chance to win the game if they can come up with a score. Field goal or touchdown. A safety would do it. That would be kind of tough to pull off the safety. Zoom in on the guy in the cape over there. I'll tell you what, the Broncos have brought their own mascot. And there he is. Give him a little airtime. 15 seconds of fame. So the game on the line here if the Broncos can make the stop. And we got another flag on the play. False start. And that's going to help the Denver Junior Broncos cause here. A false start going against the hit squad. Well, touchdowns by 2 by Martinez of the Broncos, 2 by Jackson have paced the scoring here today, 20-19. Hit squad looking at 4th and 14, working from the Broncos' 42-yard line. If they get the first down, they win the game. 1:30 left to go. Another flag is down. They're going to say offsides, but he wasn't even close to the... Yeah, they're going to say encroachment. I got it. I don't know about that call. What'd you think? I don't think his foot even moved. His upper body moved. It might have been Josias Rojas on the left side of that line. So now it goes back to 4th and 8. If the Broncos can make a stop here, another penalty marker is down. If the Broncos can make a stop here, they will get the ball back with roughly minute 20, maybe a little bit more than that, depending on how long the play takes. And that would be plenty enough time for them to score. Well, one thing is for sure, we will not have a tie. 4th down and 14. Salas caught in the backfield. Still on his feet, and he's going to be tripped up from behind. What a defensive play by Christian Davis. So with 1:22 left to go, the Broncos will take over and a chance to win this game. They trail 20-19 with 1:22 left to go in regulation. Well, will we see a fantastic finish here at North High School in Phoenix? 1:22 on the clock, plenty of time, but no timeouts. Penalty marker is down. And this most likely will be a false start against the offense and not a good start for the Broncos. There might be too many men on the field here. Now the line judge is saying that she's pointing towards the defense. This might be too many men on the defense. Well, it's ironic. You talk about the Broncos only need a field goal here to win, and the longest field goal, I believe, in NFL history is by a Denver Bronco, and Tom Dempsey had held it at one time, and it was passed. Who was it? Was it Prater? So I think the Broncos own like 2 of the 3 longest field goals. So maybe Tom Dempsey could come back and. But yes, even though Phoenix is like technically the second highest elevated city in, I know, in Major League Baseball. You wouldn't think that to look at the landscape here. So a 5-yard penalty is going against the defense. We finally sorted this out. 1:20 left to go. And it's 1st down and 5. And a free play here for the Broncos if they want to air it out. And the quarterback is going to be dropped. Big 44, Cephalino, with a big-time defensive play, and we're down inside a minute with the clock running. Loss of 5, 2nd down and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Broncos trail 20-19. Clock running. We're inside of 50 seconds, and they need to snap the ball. And we're going to get a left guard here, may have jumped. Let's see. Now the line judge to the near side is going to say encroachment, offsides, and it's going to go against the defense with 42.5 seconds left to go here in regulation. Out of the shotgun, clock down to 30 seconds, and Durant pass, and it's broken up. What a defensive play on the far side. It was broken up by Anthony Dean. 28 seconds left to go. Now the clock has stopped. Now they're going to rewind it, and you're looking at a 3rd down and 5, and you may have to score here. The incomplete pass does not stop it. Durant back to pass, and another stop in play. Penalty marker is down. False start against the offense, and it's going to put them in a 3rd and 10. 14.8 seconds left to go here in regulation play. Barring a defensive penalty, this should be the last play of the game. 10 seconds on the clock. The pass incomplete. There is no timeouts left. 5.2 seconds left to go. The clock stops. And the Broncos have got to get up to the line right now. The officials are taking their time lining it up. They will restart it. They got 4. They got 3 seconds. They got to snap the ball. 2 seconds. Final play of the day. And Durant is going to dump it off. There's a penalty marker down. Caught in the backfield is Grant, and he is going to be stopped. There is a penalty marker down. It is holding against the defense. How about that? The game cannot end on a defensive penalty. Okay, after they sort everything out, I don't think it's going to give them the 1st down, which it doesn't matter. The Broncos have to score. Actually, they are going to get a fresh set of downs. There is no time on the clock, so this will be kind of an untimed play. It is literally 1st and goal from the 48 of the hit squad for the Broncos. If they find the promised land, they win the championship here in 2017. Screen it out, Duran. Double pass, over the middle, and a touchdown and championship tackle by Hernandez. The Hit Squad are champions in 2017. They are two-time champions, and our final score, the Hit Squad 20 and the Denver